Jesus Christ, is it morning already? What time is it? Oh, it's okay. I guess I'd sleep in a little bit. It's not like Switch 2 launches today or anything. Wait. Oh shit! Crap. Go. Well, despite all odds, I managed to get a Switch 2 day 1. This is my first console to ever have day 1. And what a console to have day 1. Now I have debt day 1 as well. Yep, the next generation Nintendo system for me to finally own. Wait, what do you mean we don't own this? We just own the right to use it? Freaking dystopian ass console. Since this is my first console day 1, I want to catalog my experiences for my first 5 days into the console. I want to talk about the games, the system, and everything else I can think about. Starting off with the system itself. I could talk about the box, but like, do you really care? This is the Switch 2. Wait, no, this is the Switch 2. Yep, it's near identical to Switch 1, but there is some clear differences. For one, everything does look a bit nicer. Edges are cleaned up to be a bit rounder. Thank God, I always got paper cuts on the last Switch. Ow! Menu icons are recolored and reorganized, blah blah blah, who really cares? What matters is that eShop runs now. It took 8 goddamn years, but I no longer want to kill myself with using this. What a miracle. The controllers themselves are pretty good. I never picked up a Pro Controller for this console, but I've only heard good things about it. But the Switch 2 Joy-Cons are actually decent this time around, so I'm fine just using them. They're super nice with a really good build quality. I love these guys. The main system itself is way bigger than Switch 1. It's very huge. Almost a bit too big for games that use the touchscreen. Games like Bowser's Fury and Mario Galaxy are a pain to use on the Switch. Also, mouse controls, arguably the biggest new gimmick of this brick of a console. Basically, you put the Joy-Con on its side and oh shit, it's a rat. I mean, oh shit, it's a mouse. Yep, now you can play all kinds of games like the home menu. Peak gaming right here. But the main game I got with my Switch that demonstrates the mouse feature, plus a wealth of other ones, is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Wow, my console came with this cool packing game? That's awesome, dude! Sweet, my biggest complaint with Switch 2 was I wasn't in debt enough yet! Yep, this packing looking ass game is $10. Which, yes, $10 is not a lot in the grander scheme of things. But at the same time, this still feels like a bit of a scam. But hey, let's give the game a fair chance. Maybe it can justify its $10 price. The hell? They should charge monthly for this. This game is an interactive museum where you explore enlarged versions of various Switch 2 components and accessories. And I will admit, there is some charm to it. It's nice to explore this large version of your console. I like how the screen is like an ice rink. That's super clever. You go around the system and collect stamps in various parts of the console. In doing this, you unlock brand new areas to explore, and it's fine for the most part. It's not the most fun to find these stamps since the stamps can often just appear out of nowhere. You have to really know a Joy-Con in and out to actually find these stamps, which makes it kind of defeat the purpose since you're supposed to not know anything about the console, and that's the point of this game, is to teach you about the system. There is also quizzes. Who put Kahoot on my Switch 2? And who the hell made it worse than Kahoot? These are just boring. There's some fun flavor text around them, but honestly, it's just a chore to go through these. I stopped doing them as soon as possible. But now it's time to talk about the bulk of the game, the tech demos and mini-games. Starting with the tech demos. They are exactly what they say they are. They are short little experiences that show off what this slab can do. And for the most part, they do a good job. But they have no replay value outside of the fact that I can say to my friends, look, I can say Sigma in a robot voice to a friend. Now, time for the mini games, and these are mostly good fun and shockingly challenging too. These will give you a run for your money. Getting all 3 medals can be an insane challenge. But that's not a bad thing in the slightest. It's pretty awesome in all honesty. However, there is one big issue with this game, and it's how so many of the minigames require a bunch of dumb extra accessories. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't have a 4K TV right now. I just play on cheap ass HD monitors. And the mini games that use the camera, I mean, I'm not spending $55 on this camera. Besides, if you don't know any people who have a Switch 2, there's no reason to buy a camera. Come on, can you think of a reason to have the camera and you don't have people to talk to? Yeah, to play the mini games in Switch 2 Welcome Tour. The game is fine, and for the most part, it does justify that $10 price tag. But let's be real. As soon as Mario Kart was done installing, we all played that instead, because holy shit, this is a good video game. Mario Kart World is the first new Mario Kart game in over a decade, and it feels like it. The game adds a buttload of new content, and a lot of detail in characters. Why is this Mario game of anime style fan service? What the hell? The game is extremely fun. These courses are some of the best in the series. The Rainbow Road is, in my opinion, the new best Mario Kart track, period. DK Spaceport is peak, and so is the remake of Peach Beach. And on top of all of that, the new open world gimmick adds so much to the game. Racing from course to course is just fun. This is amazing. And Knockout Tour is awesome too. It is a fun and challenging way to try and be the best of the best, and it's easily my go-to mode online for the time being. Then you have the free roam, and this is okay, I guess. There is stuff to do, but I don't think it's the main draw of the game. It's more like a fun side thing to do, especially since it doesn't keep track of your collectibles too well. I don't know, I wish it was more like a story mode to play through with actual things to do other than do missions over and over again. Anyways, it's a really good game, and I'm sure I'll talk about it again in full very soon. Oh yeah, the battle mode's okay too, I guess. Is it worth $80 though? I mean, does that discussion really matter in the grand scheme of things? We all bought it anyways, the boycotts didn't really happen. The thing is, Mario Kart's one of those games that no matter what price they charge for it, you're gonna get with your Switch. Because it's Mario Kart, it's the game to get. It could be $100, and I think all of us still would have bought it. We just would have complained even more. And that's kind of the problem. This game is good, and the fact it's good at $80 just sets a bad precedent for the industry. It makes it hard to really say if it's worth $80, because if I say it's worth $80, that only gives more credence to make more $80 games in the future, so it's a slippery slope. Now, let's talk about the upgraded games from Switch 2. And this was almost as cool as the new games. Getting to play Link's Awakening at a stable FPS is genuinely one of the most magical things in my life. And don't judge me, this is my favorite Zelda game, so it means a lot to me. So the fact that I don't have to bleach my eyes out to play it is pretty awesome. Playing Bowser's Fury in handheld mode at 60 FPS is just honestly amazing. This is awesome. But now the two big upgrade games that are so big you gotta pay. Thank God, I need to get rid of my $10 bills. Alexander Hamilton scares the shit out of me. Ah! These are genuinely really well done. To play these games at such high FPS and such quality is a real treat. Being able to walk through the Quark Forest and not fry my Switch is something I desperately needed in my life. But the big new thing this version adds is Zelda Notes, a new smartphone app that you have to use your phone while playing the game. It's really annoying to use. I didn't use much about this, I did not care. But still nice to get these games remastered, just like the GameCube games on Switch 2. Man, finally, a system that's actually worth playing, because no one gives a damn about this, because there's no F-Zero GX, this doesn't have F-Zero GX, this doesn't, and this doesn't, and this doesn't, but this does, so therefore, peak. Look, I know GameCube emulation isn't anything special nowadays, but getting to officially play these on Switch is nothing short of a treat. And unlike other NSO consoles, this had no bugs at launch. It was actually good emulation for once. Isn't that a crazy thing to have? And for now, that's all I have to say about the console. Overall, I like it, but I do have some very core issues. For being such a pricey system, it'd be nice if it was different from the Switch 1 just a little bit more. It lacks a lot of personality. And the games, though great, are also way overpriced. A packing game for $10, upgrades for $10, and a Mario Kart game that costs $80, it's all a lot, to be fair. And I understand why some people just aren't into buying this console. But for me, it's clear that I'm pretty obsessed with this thing. In fact, I'm going to make a ton of videos about it. Which you may say, that sounds really fun. You get to play the system that you love and make content about it. That sounds great. But then you realize, instead of playing the games, I'm stuck editing videos about them. Time to work for another 10 freaking hours.